Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President of the United States, the President of the Republic of Rwanda, and the President of the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Let's learn to love each other again. We are African brothers. My brothers from Rwanda, you are our brothers from the Congo. My African brothers from Tanzania, from Burundi, from Uganda, you are our brothers. Let's learn how to love each other and live together. Africa, we have to start waking up. Hey, welcome to the Green Lights Nation. My name is Pascal Bisimwa, aka B-Spas. And today is the 4th of December, 2025. And I'm coming live today because there is something very important that we want to talk about. It is happening in Washington, D.C.
And now we're going to sign a very important agreement. Thank you.
So for me, I am in West Coast, in Idaho, and I come from the DRC, the Democratic Republic of the Congo. So I live here. I'm an American citizen, but I hold my home very dearly in the heart. So we want to talk about my hometown, where I was born. And why am I talking about it today on the 4th of December 2025? It's because we are hoping for a very big change in this land, for something that has been happening. There was a lot of war in this place. The war that really displaced all of us to run away from our hometown and become immigrants and become refugees and become all that kind of stuff. And we spent a long time struggling, hustling, trying to get to where we are today. And if we call ourselves Americans today, it's by grace of God, because no one saw that we could make it even over here. We did all the due process, all the paperwork that is supposed to be done. We didn't sneak anywhere. We didn't pass through any gate. We didn't cut any wire. We didn't like chicken out. We took the whole process from day one up to day. And so, you know, that is my background. And if I'm talking about it today, because we have a chance to fix everything today. So the president of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Mr. Tshisekedi, is coming to Washington, D.C. to iron out some issues with the president of Rwanda. If you guys can remember Rwanda, Rwanda is the country that had a very big turmoil in 1994 with a very nasty genocide. But yeah, it's a history that has just remained, and we just now talk about it because so many people lost their lives, and it is not really something fun, you know. Even now, when the war came to the Congo side, also so many people lost their lives. And guys, you know what? The war is not good. It is not the best option to take when there's a conflict. Let me tell you, so many people lose their lives. So many people. Like the rest of us, the way we affront life is different from other people, because the way we see life is completely different. We don't see life like just a mere obstacle or whatever, no. The way we see life is a chance to live again, a chance to survive again. And so with this Trump administration, today an agreement has been signed so that we can put an end to this 30-year conflict. It's been 3 decades, guys, and people keep dying. People keep dying, people keep escaping that war zone. It's crazy. Millions of people have lost their lives. Millions of people have really ran away from their homes. And all this happened in Africa, and nobody talks about it. Nobody really talks about this region of the world. Some people, well, some of us sometimes talk about it because we feel connected to the land. We feel really like this is where we were born. But other people don't give a shit. They don't care whether you're born there or not. So, and that's why, guys, when we share stories like this, please just give us a little bit of a time to explain to you how everything started. All this originated from the colonialism. Our troubles in Africa originated from the colonialism. And now the colonialism decided to divide people. When, let's say, they were ending the colonialism, they decided to split Africa. They split it all up with multiple borders. And now you find like people from this place cannot associate themselves with people from this place. Sometimes we speak different languages. Sometimes we are divided. We have different cultures. We have different food. We have, well, some food is common, but we have different stuff. Africans are not the same. We are all totally different. So even when you see that our color of the skin is the same, but our cultures are different, you know? But you know what? We want to bring back that unity because we've seen what unity can do. The United States is united. Sometimes they can be divided because of political views, stuff like that. But when it comes to like the United States is invaded or maybe attacked or whatever, guys come together and they fight the battle. Africa, we lack that. We really lack that. Africans, we are fighting each other for nothing. We fight each other for nothing. You know? We have brothers from all over. Our neighboring brothers, well, let's say the Congo is in the central of Africa and is surrounded by 9 countries. And all these guys are supposed to be brothers and sisters. But we keep fighting. We keep fighting with especially Rwanda. We keep fighting with the brothers and sisters from Rwanda. And you ask yourselves, okay, what happened? Why did we come to this level of fighting, hating? All of us now have different ideologies, different agendas. We just want to fight. We want to kill each other. We want to fight. You know? I mean, our politicians have let us down. They push this ideology, this propaganda of hating each other, you know? And it reaches a moment where now the damage has been made. We can repair it. We can control our emotions. People can control how to manage their lives. Some people have lived to believe that I have to hate this person for the rest of my life. And that's how the African population is divided. But I just want to push this beautiful idea in us as Africans who are still reasoning straight. Why don't we try to apply some love and see what happens? Let's apply some love. Let's love each other for a moment and see what happens. We are not supposed to be waiting for Donald Trump, the president of the United States, to make us sit down on a table and tell us, hey guys, you have to stop. This is too much. You have to stop. And this has taken us 30 years back. 30 years back. Yet we could have fixed this problem. We could have fixed this problem a long time ago. But because of our ego, because of our separations, because of our malice, selfishness, we decide to fight. We decide to kill each other. Because of what? Natural mineral resources? Those things, you'll never finish them. Nobody will ever finish them. Even if we say, okay, every country, come and invade Congo and take everything you want, they will never finish what is there. The reserve is too big. It's too much. The whole of these 9 countries surrounding Congo can survive from those minerals, and the minerals will still be there. That's why I'm saying we should think past what our leaders have been pumping in our heads. Our leaders have been disrupting our thinking. Now look at it today. Our leaders are very stubborn. Very, very stubborn. That's why this conflict has escalated up to this level. But believe me, we needed somebody who is very stubborn too to end it. And we know who is stubborn. We know how much Donald Trump is very stubborn. Extremely stubborn in such a way that even our stubborn leaders in Africa started fearing the biggest stubborn person ever on planet Earth, Donald Trump. He's a big daddy now. When he's saying something, everybody is listening, you know. Some people started chickening not to come to the peace agreement. He said, you know what? I give you an ultimatum. You got to show up. Either you are yourself, either you have a team, either I don't know what. You got to show up. And, well, we can call it a peace agreement, but you know what? Let's respect the agreement. Let's respect what you guys have signed. If you guys have signed to end it, let's end it. There's nothing that does not have an end. Huh? And Africans, brothers from Burundi, from Rwanda, from Kenya, from Uganda, from Angola, from Brazzaville, Congo Brazzaville, huh? From Central Africa, Central African Republic. We have a chance to build something very big for ourselves. Imagine the development we can have if we unite. Just imagine. Think past politics, because politics are just there to divide people. You have heard these things of saying, divide to conquer. That's what colonialism did to us. They divided us so that they can conquer us. But we are no longer colonized, guys. Our minds are free. We can now look past colonialism. We can now look past conflicts. We can now look past all these stupid ideologies. Let's focus and work together. Let's treat each other as brothers and sisters everywhere you are. Either you are in Europe, either you are in Canada, either you are in the United States, either you're in Australia, let's treat each other with respect. Let's treat each other with love. Let's treat each other with humanity. Let's treat each other with patience, understanding. We are all humans. We breathe the same. Either you look like what, you have a long face, you have a long nose, I don't know, you have big cheeks, you have I don't know what. Our physical looks should not determine who we are. Guys, our hearts, our blood, our skin color, our personalities should determine who we are, but not our looks. Guys, please, I urge you, this is a chance to really change the course of our life. And we shall tell our kids that it reached a moment where, after colonial rule, some leaders came to Africa and disrupted the whole population, and people died in mass numbers. But after that, there came another generation that ended it. It put an end to that. And it required some crazy president of the United States to put an end to it. Let's give him credit, because he did it. He has done it. Yes, we can criticize him. Some people can criticize him. Everybody can criticize him. He has his good and his bad. But this one is a good one. This one is a very big good one. Let's treat this one with maximum respect. You know, our presidents have been honored in Washington, D.C. They have sat on the table. They've signed this beautiful agreement. Now it's upon us, the people, the young generation, the new generation, to prove that we are no longer being puppets, we are no longer being trampled on, and brought these ideas that we should always keep separating each other. We should have these wrong ideas in our heads, wrong propagandas, that we are better than others. No, we are all the same. Africans, we are all the same. And if you think that you're superior to the other, try to get out of Africa. You will see. Just try to get out of Africa. And everybody who has tried to get out of Africa can tell you, whenever you get out of Africa, you're all squared in one box. You're equal. You know? So, nobody is superior to the other. If we learn that humility, we'll go forward. We'll build beautiful bridges. We will build a very big economy. Imagine the economy that we can amass from these minerals. Huh? God has blessed this country with a lot of minerals. This country can pour all these minerals in these other new neighboring countries. You know what? Let's say, I'll give an example of America, because I'm an American citizen. And I tell you how states benefit from other states. So let's say we can call it like countries benefit from other countries, but here we call them states, you know. Where I am in Idaho, we produce a lot of potatoes. And you know, Americans eat a lot of potatoes. They eat potatoes in every shape or form. Either mashed potatoes, either fries, either, I don't know, potato soup. Now we have potato vodka, you know. All that is coming from Idaho. If we go to any other state, they have the specific thing they produce, and it benefits all other states. Why can't we do that in Africa? What is stopping us? What is really stopping us? If Nigeria is producing a lot of oil, why can't we benefit from that oil? If South Africa is producing a lot of, well, they have a lot of minerals too. Why can't we benefit from that? If Zimbabwe, all this, Tanzania, Kenya, they're doing a lot of work when it comes to tourism. Why can't we benefit from that? And this is what we are saying, Africans, we are just sleeping. We are sleeping, we are not looking forward. And our leaders are letting us down, big time. They can tell us all the stories they can tell us, but Let me tell you, the guys who have now seen the light, we've seen the green lights, we know what it is. And nobody can come again and start lying to us. So guys, thank you so much for joining. We thank these two presidents for signing this agreement. And we thank the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, for making this happen, for killing this war that has been crushing this population of this region for the last 30 years. We needed someone who is crazier than these presidents in Africa to end it. We had Obama. Obama was proposing that he's going to do it. He didn't do shit. We had Biden. Biden didn't do shit. We had Bush. Bush didn't do shit. We had Trump. Trump did something. You know, maximum respect, Mr. President. That's why, guys, when we say we come together and do something crazy, this is the moment. This is the moment. If this agreement doesn't shift your mind, I give you another chance to think through it. Think through it. Don't look at it just like a signature on the paper. Don't let these politicians, these malicious politicians, change the course of this agreement. No, don't let it happen. We know there's a lot of oppression in Africa. There's a lot of oppression in our countries. We don't have freedom of speech. We can say nothing. We can do nothing. But you know what? We can act by writing emails, by writing. Do it quietly. Don't start shouting in the media. Don't start shouting on social media, blah, blah, blah. No. Do it quietly. Send communications so that we can pick it up and say something about it. You know? But please, this agreement today should be the big eye-opener for the whole Africa, not just for the Great Lakes region. This region alone could save the whole world when it comes to power in technology. Imagine these minerals, what they're going to do. So, Americans are going to come and cooperate with Africans. And you, our brothers, we are here so that we can show you it is possible, we can do it, and we can do it much better. So let's stop. Let's stop our primitivity. Let's stop. Let's start thinking otherwise. Let's open our box. Let's open our world. Let's stop fighting. Why are we fighting? Why are we killing each other? We are fighting for land. We are fighting for belonging. We are fighting for positioning. Nobody is going to finish that land in Africa. Nobody. Even if you give them a whole chunk of land, nobody is going to finish that land. Then why are we fighting? Why are we fighting? Nobody is going to take the land with them when they die. Nobody. You see them dying. People die. They're fighting for the land. People die. They leave it there. They've been fighting for it and then they die, they leave it. What a stupid mentality. So guys, it is time for us to start shifting our minds and say, you know what? It is time to look to another direction and continue moving forward, continue developing. Let's develop together. Let's love each other, guys. Let's love each other. That's the first, most important thing. Okay? So, I'll leave it to this today. This is Green Lights Nation. And guys, I congratulate all of you who are feeling like, man, this was long overdue, but it's done. It's done. Let's put this to work. Sometimes God sends us a big message, but if we are stupid as humans, we always just take it for granted, you know? And who knows, maybe this was a God's calling to stop the suffering of these people. So many people have lost their lives. So many people have been displaced. It's time we stopped. It's time. Even if someone doesn't have a heart, they're just there to kill each other. It's time we stopped. And I think I can resonate this message in everybody's mind. Either you are from this corner or this corner, this side or this side, you are supporting, you are opposing. It's time we put an end to this atrocity. It's time. Okay, guys, so this agreement should mean everything. I don't think there's another agreement we're going to sign that is going to be very meaningful than this one. That's why we are pumping all our energy into this one. And we want to say, it is time. We are done. We are tired of this. We are done. It is time we stopped. Okay? Let's live like human beings again. Let's stop the hate. Let's learn to love each other again. We are African brothers. My brothers from Rwanda, you are our brothers from the Congo. My African brothers from Tanzania, from Burundi, from Uganda, you are our brothers. Let's learn how to love each other and live together. Because if we start learning how to do that, Africa will have a lot of peace. A lot of peace. That's why you see these guys who are living in the Maghreb, in the Sahel, let's say. All those guys that are taking power by force. Because they want to live in a peaceful manner. They're tired of fighting. And if they get pressure from all these Islamic movements, terrorists, blah, blah, blah. No, they say it's done. They've already decided it's done. Ibrahim Traore decided, okay, it's done. And guys started following the course. Where are we right now? Africa, we have to start waking up. It's done. Okay? Let's close these deals. It's done. If someone was getting these minerals through the window, we have opened the door. The door is now open. Come, let's trade. Let's do a very good business. You know, everybody's going to benefit. If the minerals are passing here, they're passing here, they're passing here, everybody's going to benefit. Development is coming. Work is coming that is going to empower our big population over there. All of us who are living in America, we are creating something back there because we want to help our people. We want to come back. We want to come back. We want to help our people to strive through this transition. We have big companies that are coming to join all this that we are talking about. We have technology booming. We have all this that is going to happen following this agreement. We have big developments, big investments coming to our region. How are we going to succeed if we are still divided? Ask me that questions, my brothers and sisters. So this is Green Lights Nation, baby. And we are here to show you that it is time we joined forces. We can imagine what we can do together if we are united. We are unstoppable. Okay? So let's go to work, guys. Congratulations again. Raise your glass. Maybe celebrate today because this is an end of a big war. Please celebrate. Please celebrate. This is an end of a 30-year war. Please celebrate. Ciao, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President of the United States, the President of the Republic of Rwanda, and the President of the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Well, thank you very much. Wow. This is a nice building, I have to tell you. So this is a special occasion for a lot of reasons, but number one is it's our first occasion in this building using it for peace. And it's all about peace, and it's a great honor. And Marco, you've done a fantastic job in getting it ready, but it's a spectacular building, and We all appreciate it. And very importantly, we're settling a war that's been going on for decades with millions and millions of people killed. And these two gentlemen spent a lot of time backstage talking to each other and over at the Oval Office. We were at the Oval Office together. It was beautiful. And I think it's just a very important day. And we have other leaders from other countries. And you said such beautiful things. I'd love to have you come up. We'll finish up, and then I'd love to have you come up, and if you can issue the words that you just issued backstage. It usually doesn't work, you know. It usually never happens. They said, oh, they said it much better before, but you will probably do better up here. But I'd love to have you say how you felt, because it is an amazing day. Great day for Africa, great day for the world, and for these two countries, and they have so much to be proud of. And I want to thank the leaders. I want to thank you very much. It means maybe more because we are here together for the first time ever in this building. Brand new, beautiful building. I don't want to tell you how much it costs, because I hear it's a lot. Okay? They don't build inexpensively here. But I just want to thank you very much. So please sit down, everybody. I want to thank everybody for being here. It's a momentous occasion. It's truly incredible setting. It's very few places I've seen like this. In this holy season, we prepare to celebrate the birth of the Prince of Peace. We have come to the U.S. Institute of Peace to sign a historic agreement that will end one of the longest-running conflicts anywhere in the world, with far more than 10 million people killed. Today, we commit to stopping decades of violence and bloodshed and to begin a new era of harmony and cooperation between the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Rwanda. I want to thank the two courageous leaders. They are courageous leaders. They really are courageous leaders, great people. President Tshisekedi of the Democratic Republic of the Congo and President Kagame of Rwanda. They are amazing people, and they had stories to tell me that were incredible. Really fascinating in so many different ways. Sad and beautiful, both sad and beautiful, and today makes them beautiful. I've just held really fantastic meetings with both men and representatives of other countries where we discussed the importance of upholding this new agreement. Very detailed, powerful agreement. I also want to thank several foreign guests and dignitaries in attendance to celebrate this magnificent event, including the President of Angola. Please, would you stand? And so great to see you. Thank you. The President of Burundi. Thank you very much. Great to see you again. The President of Kenya. We have the Olympics here. You know, they do very well in the Olympics, those runners. I don't know what the heck you do with those runners, but they are very good. I've been watching them for a long time. So we have the Olympics coming to the United States. You know that. Thank you very much. And you'll come as our guest. Thank you. And the President of the Council of Ministers of Togo. Thank you. Thank you very much. The Vice President of Uganda. Thank you. It's such a beautiful color. Like all these guys are wearing these dark suits. You just stand out for a lot of reasons. You're beautiful. The Foreign Ministers of Qatar. Thank you. Thank you very much. Say hello to my friend, a great man. And the United Arab Emirates. Thank you. Thank you. My regards, right? And the chairman of the African Union Commission, who's done a fantastic job, and thank you for all your help. We appreciate all your help. A special group of people. A very special thanks as well to Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Marco, please stand. Thank you. And thank you for putting a certain name in that building. I said, boy, that is beautiful. That blew up last night. They said, that's a great honor. It really is. On this building, it's a great honor. Thank you very much. I assume you had a lot to do with that. Just a little bit, yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. And Senior Advisor for Africa, Masad Boulos, who's been fantastic. Thank you, Masad. All of these people, every one of them, were indispensable in forging this agreement. Let me also recognize Senators Mike Rounds and Lindsey Graham. Lindsey, thank you. Mike, wherever you may be. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. Representatives Ronnie Jackson. Where's Ronnie? Ronnie is that great guy. He won his race in Texas by 48 points, right, Ronnie? So I don't have to ask if he's in any... I don't even have to endorse him anymore. It doesn't matter. Save the paper, right? Great job. Chris Smith. Chris? Thank you, Chris. Great. Good job. Trent Kelly. Trent? Thank you very much. Thank you. And the acting president of the Institute for Peace, Darren Beatty. Thank you, Darren, very much. Thank you very much, Darren. For more than 30 years, one of the worst conflicts on earth has been raging in eastern Congo. Millions and millions of people have been tragically killed, went on forever, and countless more have been displaced from their homes. Families have been destroyed. It's been a disaster. Many administrations have tried, but probably not too hard, knowing who preceded me. But they tried. It says they've tried. But we tried harder to end this conflict. But they've accomplished, obviously, they accomplished very little because the killing went on at levels that just got worse and worse. And today we're succeeding where so many others have failed. And this has become the 8th war that we've ended in less than 1 year. Such an exciting thing to do. This has been really, because we're talking about 30 years of fighting, 30 years, much more than 10 million lives. Last June, thanks to the efforts of Secretary Rubio and Mr. Boulos, Rwanda and the DRC reached a landmark agreement to move toward peace. They started the process. I met with some of their great representatives who are here also, and we started a great process. The compact we're signing today, which will be known as the Washington Accords, everybody sort of liked that name, formalizes the terms agreed to in June, including a permanent ceasefire, the disarmament of non-state forces, provisions for refugees to return to their homes, and justice and accountability for those who have committed illegal atrocities. Very importantly, this agreement also creates a new framework for economic prosperity. There's tremendous wealth in that beautiful earth. It's beautiful earth. But it was stained badly with blood, tremendous amounts of blood. But in the region that will support a lasting peace, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Rwanda have agreed to more closely integrate their economies with each other rather than fighting. And they'll be doing that. And these two gentlemen are very smart, and I think they liked each other a lot. I spent time with them. I think they liked some people may be surprised. I really do. I think they've spent a lot of time killing each other, and now they're going to spend a lot of time hugging, holding hands, and taking advantage of the United States of America economically like every other country does. So they're going to do very well. But they do have some very valuable things. They're going to have a lot of money and a lot of success, and I think they're going to get along really well, so I hope so. Thank you very much. Look at them. Look at the way they love each other. Thank you. So I have a lot of confidence in both leaders. We'll keep these commitments. I know they're going to keep them and follow through on the agreement and create a much brighter future for the people of their countries. And they're heroes within their countries because of today. This is a big story. And so much is being written and said. All of the newscasts have it at the top of the list. And they are heroes, and we want to keep it that way. Today, the United States is also signing our own bilateral agreements with the Congo and Rwanda that will unlock new opportunities for the United States to access critical minerals and provide economic benefits for everybody. And we'll be involved with sending some of our biggest and greatest companies over to the two countries. And we're going to take out some of the rare earth and take out some of the assets and pay, and everybody's going to make a lot of money. These are just two of the many new agreements related to mineral supplies that my administration has achieved this year, including with Australia, Japan, Kazakhstan, Malaysia, South Korea, and many other countries. With all of these agreements, we're forging new economic security partnerships that protect the interests of America and our friends and partners, and a core feature of my administration's national security strategy, a big part of which are the tariffs. We're taking in trillions of dollars in tariffs. Nobody's ever seen anything like it, and it's given us really great national security. We'll be paying down debt. We'll be making distributions to people, and we're really doing a job. It's amazing. I was with a gentleman, the future king of Saudi Arabia, and you've heard me say this a couple of times, but 2 months ago when I was over there, he said, and actually Qatar is represented today, and UAE is represented, and your leader said the exact same thing, different words, but the exact same thing, that 1 year ago they thought our country was dead, and now our country is the hottest country anywhere in the world. We're the hottest country anywhere in the world. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. We have over $18 trillion, that's just in 10 months, pledged or being invested or pledged to be invested in the United States. Think of that, 18 trillion. The highest amount we've ever had is 1.5. Under the Biden administration, they did much less than 1 in 4 years. Think of that. So they did less than 1 trillion in 4 years. We have 18 trillion in 10 months. It's going to be much more than that, too. No other country in history has ever been close, no matter what country you pick. So I want to thank you again, everybody, for your great vision, and I want to thank the people, especially the people that we named. Some of the others that unfortunately we didn't name, we just couldn't do that. But for your vision and for your courage, because it's made it possible to begin healing old wounds and transcending past differences and creating a future where every child of God can live in dignity, prosperity, and peace. And these are two very good men, and they're two potentially very strong countries. I'd like to now invite President Kagame to come up and say a few words. It's Rwanda. And then, if I may, President of DRC, who really is doing a great job. These are two men that are doing a great job. And again, they are so respected because of what they're doing today and the mission that they've really, I think, accomplished. And we'll see how it all works out, but I think it's going to work out really great. They want to get on to other ways of living for their people and their great leaders. Thank you very much. Please, Mr. President, thank you. Thank you very much.
Excellency Donald Trump, President of the United States of America, Excellencies, heads of state and government and former heads of state, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to begin with some words of thanks. First, to my fellow heads of state and government from Africa, your presence here confirms that these efforts enjoy the broad support necessary to succeed. I also thank Minister of State Kulaifi, representing His Highness Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad of Qatar. The role of Qatar has been absolutely central in getting us to this point. But of course, the biggest vote of thanks goes to President Donald Trump. No one was asking President Trump to take up this task. Our region is far from the headlines. But when the President saw the opportunity to contribute to peace, he immediately took it. This conflict has lasted for 30 years. We have seen countless mediations and efforts, but none has succeeded in resolving the underlying issues. President Trump introduced a new and effective dynamism that created the space for breakthroughs. His approach is even-handed, never taking sides. He orients us toward the future, not the past, emphasizing that the dividend of peace is prosperity and investment, including from the United States. More importantly, President Trump's approach is pragmatic. The process has not become an end in itself. All of these elements filter down to his dedicated team, and here I want to single out Secretary Rubio and Masad Boulos for special appreciation. We would not be here today without their efforts. And as a result, we have the clearest and most viable path forward that we have ever had. These accords provide everything needed to end this conflict once and for all. If this agreement falters and things do not work out as they are supposed to, the responsibility will not lie with President Trump, but with ourselves. It's up to us in Africa, working with our partners to consolidate and expand this peace. There will be ups and downs on the road ahead. There is no doubt about it. Rwanda, I know, will not be found wanting. I can assure you of that. Our only objective is and has always been for our country to be safe and secure after having endured so much tragedy. We now only want to look forward in a confident expectation of a prosperous and stable future. Mr. President, Excellencies, I thank you for your kind attention.
Mr. the President of the United States, Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen, dear members of the delegations, distinguished guests, as we have just placed our signatures at the bottom of the joint declaration enshrining the Washington agreements for peace and prosperity, I do feel, on behalf of the people of Congo, a deep gratitude and clear hope. First of all, I would like to express quite solemnly our deep thanks to the President of the United States of America, Mr. Donald Trump. I would like to thank his administration and also wish to thank the American people for the critical role that they played for the rapprochement, the closening between the Democratic Republic of Congo and the Republic of Rwanda. To these thanks, I also bring in all of our regional partners and our international partners who, thanks to their commitment and engagement, have consistently made this critical moment possible in the road to peace. First and foremost, we have Sheikh Yanim bin Ahmad Adani. We have President João Manuel Lourenço Gonçalves, who is the President of Angola and the acting President of the African Union. And we also have the former President of the Republic of Kenya, my brother, Uhuru Kenyatta, who I can see here in the room. These two great Africans who are at the beginning, who started the Rwanda and the Nairobi processes. And beyond them, I wish to thank also all of the African leaders who contributed to help us in this struggle. And I do hope that we have, yes, reached the end. The Washington agreements are not yet another document. These represent a turning point. They bring together under a coherent architecture a declaration of principles of a peace agreement and also the regional economic integration framework to provide to the peoples of the region a new perspective, a new outlook, namely to finally overcome the cycle of violence, of forced displacements, of mistrust, defiance, in order to begin a new era of friendship, cooperation, and prosperity, all shared together. For those involved, the Democratic Republic of Congo takes this solemn commitment to implement with complete sincerity all of our obligations that stem from this agreement. We will do this with seriousness, with rigorousness, and also the constant care for peace and the security of our populations, for the unity and the integrity of our territory. We do hope that thanks with the same seriousness that the Republic of Rwanda will also respect fully the letter and the spirit of the commitments made here in Washington. We are reaching out for a peaceful cooperation based on mutual respect, non-interference, and the joint struggle against the armed groups, the end of all support to negative forces, and the beginning of fair prosperity on behalf of our two populations. I do believe this day is the beginning of a new path. A demanding path, yes indeed, quite difficult, but this is a path where peace will not just be a wish and aspiration, but a turning point. The Democratic Republic of Congo will fully play its part with dignity, with consciousness and consistency, and with the support of our partners. We will remain watchful, vigilant, but not pessimistic. We'll be clear-eyed, but resolutely optimistic. These Washington agreements for peace and prosperity must be for our peoples a symbol of an irreversible commitment to turn the page of confrontations and to open a new era of cooperation and sustainable peace throughout the region. Thank you.
So, if I might, my 4 new friends, a couple of cases not that new. Could you come up, please? Do you mind? Please. They represent so many and so well, so I just want to thank you very much. Good.
Sr. Presidente Donald Trump, Presidente dos Estados Unidos da América, caros convidados, altas entidades aqui presentes, senhores jornalistas, eu gostaria de realçar a importância desta cerimónia aqui em Washington, D.C., que vai finalmente pôr fim a um conflito que, como já foi dito, dura mais de 3 décadas. Não são exatamente 30 anos, mais do que 3 décadas. Um conflito entre irmãos, países vizinhos e irmãos, que deviam se dar bem, mas que, por razões de diversa ordem, têm vindo a se degladiar ao longo dos anos, com pesadas consequências, quer para as populações de ambos os países, como também para as respectivas economias. A região dos Grandes Lagos é uma região das mais ricas do mundo, não apenas da África. É enormemente rica em recursos hídricos, terras aráveis, florestas, recursos minerais que estão no subsolo, mas, sobretudo, rico nas suas pessoas, com um potencial muito grande para desenvolver aquela região da África que pode catapultar o desenvolvimento de outras regiões igualmente do nosso continente. O mundo atravessa hoje uma crise energética e alimentar. Nós estamos a dizer que a África, e em particular essa região dos Grandes Lagos, tem o potencial, não digo de resolver, mas de contribuir consideravelmente para a resolução dessas 2 grandes crises, quer alimentar, quer a energética, não apenas para o nosso continente, mas para o mundo. A grande barragem do Inga, adormecida há bastantes anos, pode contribuir enormemente para a eletrificação do continente e, consequentemente, para a sua industrialização. Em termos de agricultura, o facto de ter terras aráveis, um índice de chuvas bastante regular e abundante, pode-se desenvolver agricultura naquelas regiões para alimentar o continente. E nada disso tem sido possível fazer-se ao longo de décadas, devido a este conflito que não tem sentido e que, finalmente e felizmente, parece que terá o seu fim hoje aqui em Washington, D.C. Nós procuramos fazer a nossa parte, e quando digo nós, estou-me a referir a Angola, ao Quênia e outros países também africanos, procuramos fazer o melhor para chegarmos a este momento. Infelizmente não foi possível, mas nós só temos que agradecer ao presidente Trump por ter dado continuidade ao trabalho que nós realizamos e ter conseguido alcançar esse desfecho do qual todos nós sairemos a ganhar. Portanto, mais uma vez, o presidente Trump fez a parte que lhe compete e nós esperamos e acreditamos que é o que vai acontecer, que as duas partes, ou seja, as autoridades da República Democrática do Congo e da República do Rwanda também farão a sua parte para a implementação com êxito deste acordo. Uma coisa é assinar um acordo, outra coisa que é mais difícil, mas é possível, desde que haja vontade política, é implementar em tempo útil tudo aquilo que nós acordamos e assinamos. Parabéns a todos. Muito obrigado.
Your Excellency, the U.S. President, President Trump, dear guests, and dear dignitaries present here and press members. I would like to highlight the importance of this ceremony taking place in Washington, D.C., because this has come to put an end to a war that has been there for more than 3 decades, because it's not just exactly 3 decades, but it's more than 30 years. And this is a conflict that has been there between two neighboring countries which have been fighting for many years with consequences on the peoples, countries, economies, and so forth. And these consequences also were felt in the Great Lakes region, which is a very rich region in Africa, rich in terms of water resources, arable lands and forests, and as well as mineral resources which are important for the development of our region. So it's important that we've reached to this point where the agreement has been signed, a peace deal, which will benefit immensely the whole region and will unleash the opportunities for the development of our continent, and as well as to helping the whole world in terms of fighting against the food crisis and energy crisis which the whole world is going through now. We believe that the Great Lakes region will have to play a great role in providing resources to the international community. And of course, solving this conflict will also help solve other crises, not only in the continent as we know, but worldwide. For example, the Great Inga hydro project in Congo is important. It can help to electrify the continent and consequently help in terms of developing agriculture and providing agriculture, arable lands, and abundant resources that we have that can be used. We know that Africa possesses a lot of other resources such as rainfalls which are important for agriculture. So nothing has, nothing would justify this war, but eventually the most important thing that it has come to war. We sought as Africans to do our part. When I say Africans, I mention countries such as Angola, Kenya, and other African countries, but unfortunately we couldn't make it. But we now want to thank President Donald Trump for having helped to reach this important milestone. We believe, once again, we have to thank him for what he has done, and what comes next now is to appeal to the two parties, that is the Democratic Republic of the Congo and the Republic of Rwanda, to implement successfully this agreement for the benefit of their countries, their people, and including our continent of Africa. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, President Trump, fellow heads of state, today's signing of the Washington Peace Accord for Eastern DRC is not merely a monumental diplomatic milestone. It is a decisive act to end a devastating conflict that has scarred the region for decades. Mr. President, what you have achieved is not only transformative, it is consequential and historic. This conflict has destroyed livelihoods, destabilized our region, and threatened the future of the entire Great Lakes African continent. Today's achievement culminates a relentless regional effort anchored by the foundational work of the East African Community and SADC, and today, this Washington process. The coordinated Nairobi, Rwanda, and Washington process has created the essential pathway that brings us to this pivotal moment. We would like to extend our gratitude to President Tshisekedi and President Kagame for their leadership during this process. Reaching this point was made possible by the unparalleled consequential convening power of the United States and President Trump's resolute and focused commitment to global peace. Your clarity, Mr. President, of purpose and ability to rally stakeholders together has brought us to this point. We therefore extend our profound gratitude to President Trump, whose bold leadership has been instrumental in delivering this breakthrough. Our presence here, Mr. President, as regional leaders, is a testament of our collective resolve. We will spare no effort to ensure this agreement is fully realized, mobilizing every resource and partner to secure peace and unlock the region's immense economic promise. The protracted conflict on our continent continues to hold back Africa. Our current 3% share of global trade is stark evidence of how far this war has held us back. A peaceful Eastern DRC can unlock one of Africa's greatest economic opportunities. Our vast resources, the young talent that we have, connected through our regional infrastructure and the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, can ignite an unprecedented transformation. A peaceful and integrated Great Lakes region will accelerate innovation, predictable government reduces risk, harmonized regulation lowers costs, and open borders increase trade, attracting value-added industries to our continent. For too long, Africa has exported raw materials only to import refined products at great cost. Our regional economic integration framework, Mr. President, that you have spoken to here, will build value chains in minerals, manufacturing, and agri-processing, creating jobs and creating wealth. The Great Lakes region stands at the threshold of a new era. Peace will open doors, integration will guide us, and private sector dynamism will propel us forward. In conclusion, as we celebrate progress in the DRC, we must not look away from other crises. I want to ask you respectfully, Mr. President, that in your quest for global peace, to support efforts to resolve the humanitarian catastrophe in Sudan. I thank you.
Excellence, le chef d'État et de gouvernement ici présent.
Heads of state and government, dear delegations, it is with great joy that I speak today before you in order to express my joy. There is a time for everything. There's a time for destruction, and there's a time to build. There's a time for despair, and there's a time for hope. Today, we are experiencing a great day. We are looking forward to this agreement, which will give back hope to the peoples of Congo and of the sub-region. I would like to congratulate everybody involved who made this great day possible. We urge God to continue to guide us, to guide the steps of all people of goodwill who will become involved for its implementation. Committing oneself is something, but implementing is something else, which is why I call upon all of you, provide your contribution to actually implement this accord. As far as we are concerned, this agreement on regional economic integration, well, Burundi and the DRC already represent an economic community of the countries of the Great Lakes region. Burundi has a major role to play in order to indeed implement these existing cooperation agreements between the three states. We hope that together we'll be able to achieve a long-lasting peace and stability throughout the region. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And I just want to introduce a friend of mine who I just noticed in the audience. He's in charge of a very small sport called here soccer, over there football. So nobody knows really what to call it. Johnny, thank you very much. The head of FIFA is here. And I can report to you that we have sold more tickets than any country anywhere in the world at this stage of the game. And I think we probably broke all records before you even get close. And you have a big event on Friday at the Trump Kennedy Center. Oh, excuse me, at the Kennedy Center. Pardon me, I've such a terrible mistake, Marco. At the Kennedy Center, and I look forward to seeing you there. But I want to congratulate you. No, it's really taken the world by storm. You've never done anything like what's happening in terms of ticket sales. I'm making a lot of enemies telling people, I'm sorry, I can't get you tickets. I just can't do it. But congratulations, you've done a fantastic job. A great leader in sports and a great gentleman. Thank you very much, Johnny.